Hi, I'm Alan Gordon and welcome to another video. Today's video is on a very important topic. It's called Needs Development Questions. This is the single most important sales skill you have to have. If you don't have this, you really shouldn't be in sales. If you do have it, from here you can build all your other sales skills. Needs development questions, which is also referred to as a discovery process, help you dig into what the customer actually needs. Very often, customer might begin a conversation by asking for a very specific question or for a very specific item. As you work through your needs development questions, what you find out is that the customer is actually interested in something completely different, or this may be only a very small part of a much larger project that you now can be involved in. There are so many benefits to asking needs development questions. First, obviously, is you get information about what the customer is thinking. The customer will prioritize what is most important to them. I have a whole other video on building value, but before you can build value, you've got to understand what the customer's priorities are. That's needs development questions. Once you do your needs development, it now allows you to customize your presentation and discuss only what's most important to them. Needs development questions allow you to qualify the opportunity, find out who you're competing against. It allows you to gain credibility as an expert. And again, the psychological process, the more questions you ask, the more you listen to your customer, the better your relationship is going to be, and the trust level will increase because you're actually showing another human being the respect of listening and asking their opinions. So no matter what you are selling, you need to develop a list of needs development questions. And these questions should flow naturally early in the call or the sales process. You can ask questions about fact-finding, just gathering basic information, qualifying the opportunity. How real is this? What's the schedule? What's the time frame? Is this something you're going to do this week or maybe, in 3.5 years? What are your goals, your plans for the future? What past experiences have you had in this type of a solution or with our company or with our competitors? Tell me about good and bad past experiences. Priorities. What's most important to you? What are your concerns? What problems are you experiencing? What are the issues? Who am I competing against? Are you going to take my proposal and shop it around? These are all needs development questions. By asking good questions, you begin to understand what the customer actually needs. Because your customer really doesn't care about the features of your product, but they want to find out the features that are most important to them, the benefits of your product or service that meet their needs, their specific situation, their specific priorities. The more information you gather, the more you can focus your solution on the customer's exact needs and priorities. Taking the time to listen to your customer, to learn as much as you can about their situation, that is the single biggest difference between an average salesperson and a professional salesperson. Professionals listen. Average people present. These guys listen and then present. Here are some examples of some actual needs development questions. I really encourage you to get the book. I have many, many more examples. Reading them here is honestly going to take too long and kind of a waste of your time when you can just read them and at your leisure when you download the book. If you're a real estate agent, why would you just show someone a home before you know everything you can about them? Hey, just what type of home are you interested in? How many children do you have? Do you have any pets? How long do you want your commute to work to be? What are your goals from owning this home? What's your biggest concern? Would you rather live in a rural suburban area or closer into the city? How important is the school district? What activities are you and your children involved in? Etc. What type of floor plan do you think best suits your family? And on and on and on. Hundreds and hundreds of questions that you can ask a family to make sure that when you do present them with a choice of homes, that they are directly compatible with what they said they needed. If you're selling software, you're going to want questions like, tell me a little bit about your IT environment. How do you do this right now? So if we implemented this software, what steps and procedures would it replace? Do you outsource your IT management or do you manage it in-house? When are you planning your next hardware upgrade? What business issues are driving you to change your IT right now? Why are you even interested in this software? What's your biggest concern? What's the most important priority? If you implemented a solution like this, what would be the biggest problem that it would need to solve? Help me understand your budget process. Can you walk me through your decision process? Are you going to be shopping this with other solutions, or have you pretty much decided on our solution? What are going to be, if you are comparing, what are going to be some of the most important factors that you're going to be comparing and basing your decision on? Who else is involved in this decision? What's important to your boss? What's important to the board of directors? What are their priorities? What are they trying to accomplish? On and on and on and on and on. I can ask hundreds and hundreds of questions to find out everything I know, and now when I present my software solution, I nail it every single time, because the sales guy that took the most time to find out what the customer needs is going to be able to give the very best presentation. Let's say you're selling tires. Instead of just showing them what you have on sale or the most expensive or the best, just ask, how many miles do you drive in a year? How much of your driving is local versus long distance? What kind of tires do you have on your car now? Do you have any brand names with any preferences when you watch all those commercials for tires? What brand names do you think are the most important? How important is safety versus cost when you choose tires? Would you consider spending a little more for safer tires, or do you just want the cheapest ones I have? Do you get your tires balanced every time you have your oil changed, or you just do that basically every time you buy new tires? It's very important that you have your own set of needs development questions and that you constantly look at this question list and revise them with better and better questions. Because every question you ask not only allows the customer to speak, but it brings up more questions, and the more you know, the better you can nail your presentation. The fact is, once you get into the habit of going through this discovery process, you realize just how pointless it is, because you'll hear other salespeople who just jump into their presentation, and you're just thinking to yourself, how can you sell anything if you haven't taken the time to find out what the customer needs? The ability to do a thorough needs development process is the single most important differentiator between the average sales guy and the top sales guy. Top salespeople ask questions, then more questions, then more questions, and they build that relationship, and then they present their solution to meet those needs. Now, I'm going to give a bonus. If you've watched the video this far, I'm actually going to give you a bonus, okay? There's an interview question that salespeople get asked all the time. It's kind of corny, it's silly, but there are sales managers and VPs of sales that actually do ask this question. They'll put the pen on the desk and they'll say, "Sell me that pen." Well, let me tell you how to answer that question. Mr. VP, Mr. CEO, Mr. Sales Manager, before I try to sell you the pen, let me try to find out a little bit more about what you're using it for. Is this for you personally, or are you giving this as a gift? Is this for your use in business, or are you going to be using this at home as well? Is this something you use just to sign contracts and be fancy, or is this something you use every day? Does it need to be refillable? How important is price? If I could show you lower cost pens, would you rather see those than this more expensive pen? Tell me a little bit about how you use the pen, and then I will tell you why this pen meets your needs. Or I may have to show you a different pen that might meet your needs a little bit better. Does that make sense? Sure. I guarantee you'll get that sales job. Hey, thanks for watching. I love selling, and I know you do too. Every time you're on a sales call, give it your best effort. Little by little, or even fast. Grow your sales skills until you finally become the sales master you want to be. Thanks.